Hi everybody and welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters. Today I just wanted to talk about making the jump from one mining job to another. So there's a lot of guys running around with a lot of experience on LNG projects, building them and construction work that are looking to try and make the jump into mining. So if you're trying to do that and trying to get over into an underground job, so if you go over to Seek and type underground in, see all the jobs come up, and there are quite a lot. There's a good nippers job there. KCA, they're the ones that do our sponsors partnership program. They're always looking for people. But anyway, if you're trying to make the jump to one of these jobs from an oil and gas job, you're probably not having much luck. There's a couple of reasons for that. There's a couple of the big companies like these two that didn't have really very good experiences a couple of years ago with the first few oil and gas people that came through. And then there's the employers wanting you to know about their type of mining, and they're not really interested in what you were doing on the oil and gas site. Yeah, they'll like that you've driven equipment and all that sort of stuff, but what they really want you to know is how their mine works. If you can do that, that's you're in. And see, the jobs are just constantly flowing. This one's just up 30 minutes ago, and it's a truck driver's job, and that it'll ask for experience, but the reality is that that'll end up being an entry-level role, or one of the guys that got laid off from Nifty will pick that up pretty quickly. So if you're in that situation where you've got this experience over here, my suggestion to you is to come over to the underground training page, especially if you want to get a hard rock underground job, and sign up for the do-it-yourself one. And if you use the channel's coupon code, which is AMNS 2019, that gets you another $60 off. So it becomes $390. And it teaches you everything that the new employer wants you to know about their operation. And if you can marry that up with the experience that you've had fly in, fly out, and using the equipment and all that sort of stuff, it makes you quite attractive to the employer. But you've got to be able to back it up with knowing the mining questions in the interview. And that's the whole point in doing the training, so the employer can ask you the mining questions in the interview. So how are you going to make it through? So if you come over to the resumes before and after page, it gives you a good idea of what sort of resume you need to send in to these employers to get their attention. And as you can see, it's just got a straight objective saying I want to get into the hard rock underground side of things, and then you've got the course that you've done. And this is the hook for the employer, and what gets them in interviewing people is because you've done units in scaling, watering down, basic service crew work. It's all information they want you to know. Knowing how the mine works, what you're going to do with the truck underground, how the actual operation works. That's all the information that the hard rock underground mining employers want you to know, and it's what really floats their boat, and it's what gets you the job in the end. Once you've done the training and you've learnt it, if you've learnt it properly, you end up selling yourself to the new employer. And like I said, there's lots of jobs going around at the moment, heaps of crew jobs, and they're just looking for people everywhere. And if you can answer the mining questions in the interview, then you've genuinely got something to offer them. So I hope that helps some guys around the place that have been looking for a while and can't really work out why their oil and gas experience isn't translating into getting another job on another mine site. The reason is, like I said before, is because the new employers, they don't really care what you're doing on your old, because it was oil and gas. All they want you to know is what's going on their mine site. And that's the secret to it, and that's the in. If you know how their mine site works, you've got something to offer them. So I hope that information's helpful, and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.